I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck and say that the US government saying that they don't have any real information as to what UFOs are, or explaining what they are, or anything, any leads as to where they come from or what exactly they could possibly be. No theories or anything like that. No scientists coming out telling us that, hey, don't freak out, but maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Anything like that, warming us up, lubing us up to go into this information that we will eventually get, that these things are from an extraterrestrial world, is actually laughably incompetent. So that is what happened with this whole UFO report that was supposed to come out earlier this month but was pushed back all the way till the end. But they had been given a time limit of June to come out with it, so better late than never. But it is a huge step for people who believe in UFOs and believe in the extraterrestrial, because it was the first time that a US government was seriously talking about UFOs and what their pilots and their Navy captains and admirals have been seeing out there in the open seas, where you see these objects who are making types of moves that have never been seen before, going in and out of the water, flying at speeds that have been unheard of, and shaped in all different types of shapes and sizes, tic tac, saucers, tubes, all these different things, man. It's like there is so much going on out there, and the government's like, no, we don't really know what is going on. And they said this shit with a straight face. They came out with it, and then they hope that it blows over, which most of it has. Only a few of us really have been paying attention to this information, and right now it just seems that they don't really care about us getting to the truth of it all. So that is fine with me. I really don't care for an official statement, because I knew I wasn't going to get one. I kind of just wanted them to be like, we'll look into it more, and they didn't come out and do that. They kind of just came out and said like, oh, there are things that we can't explain, but eventually we will get around to it. So they aren't putting any more funds, no more money into it. Biden isn't putting any more resources into it. I believe probably Space Force is scrapped, which is probably the most ambitious thing that Trump did in his presidency. One of the things I actually kind of liked was this whole concept of being a military in space, like having a force of space, which is the next frontier, especially even if it's not against other alien extraterrestrials or anything like that, which I don't think that we should be going at them with military force anyway, but at least with other countries like space, we need to dominate space. We need to protect our satellites, because if anybody destroys our satellites, then we are in the dark. So yeah, it's disappointing, honestly, because they could have really had this moment to come out and be like, this is what we know. And it has been shown that the US government knows way more than what they are letting on, that presidents are basically not denying that they know something about UFOs, but they're basically just eluding and evading the question. And there was this great YouTube channel that is basically one that looks at body language of different videos, and this guy tells you exactly what people are thinking, what people are saying. And he took two clips, one of Trump when he first started his presidency. They asked him about UFOs, and he had like this answer. He doesn't believe in UFOs, blah blah blah, and it was a truthful answer. Like, this guy was telling the truth. Trump is the most fascinating one, because he's not a politician. He's like a normal guy, business guy, so he's not gonna be like privy to like trying to hold things into himself. So he basically said there was no UFOs. He said he didn't believe them. There's some crazy stuff that people are seeing, but I mean, I don't really believe in it, so it is what it is. Then a year and a half later, or maybe 2 years later, they asked him the same question in an interview. I think his son was interviewing him. He asked him about it, and all Trump was doing was smirking, looking off to the corner, like looking at somebody else who probably knows the information too, and said, he won't say anything here, but like the smirk across his face. Even the body language expert said it's a smirk of somebody who's hiding something. They know something now. So it has been shown many times in just YouTube videos that presidents go into the White House, and within the first year or two, they're not told anything really about UFOs, and then at some point they deem it important enough for them to go to either Area 51 or one, which is now seen as only being a military base for special aircraft. But there is another smaller smaller base close to Area 51. I think they're calling it Area 52. That's where the aliens are, or the alien aircrafts are being kept. And they bring him out there, they show him everything, they give him all the information about aliens and extraterrestrials, and now he knows something. So yeah, they know more. Don't listen to the government's official answers, quote unquote official answers. We the people will find out eventually, because I believe that this is real. I believe that the truth will come out to light soon, and if not, at least hopefully in my lifetime it will. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. This is going to be Sunscape signing off. Take care, guys.